Hello, this is session 29 of the Crossmeet campaign, set in Kulthania. Previously in Kulthania, the PCs they were tracking down a boy, Semel, and they tracked him to a church of Kellenvor, where the priest there, Navarine, had been replaced sometime in the recent past and was using the church as a method for slowly bleeding folk off the local area and creating an undead army. The PCs discovered this, put the evil to an end, and freed the townspeople. It is the evening of the 23rd of Rotting, fairly late in the evening, 10ish. The party has just been celebrated by the local townsfolk. Their drinks and food have all been paid for, as well as rooms for the night. And so I'm going to start at about 10 or 11 o'clock at night. The crowd's starting to wind off. Some people, they were eager to get back and check on their farms, stay in their houses, things like that. But there's still a few people in the bar celebrating, some of which are sloshed. No one is really sad or depressed. And so that's where we'll start. So let's start with you, Grimm. You guys are sitting at the table. There's the four of you, but there's other people that have kind of sort of there's some other empty chairs around where other people have sort of joined in your conversation. Those people have gone home by and large now, and you guys are all maybe a little into your cups.
Yeah, I've tried to take it a bit easy on the celebrating tonight, and I join in with the laughs and tell a few off-color jokes, but for the most part, fairly quiet in the group, and when the others sort of, when we're kind of alone for a moment, once people have sort of moved off, I say, do you get the feeling that maybe something's coming for us?
Tolraun will choke on his drink when you say that. What do you mean?
Nah, it's probably nothing, just a feeling. Just kind of a creepy feeling I get on my neck once in a while when things are when things happen. It's nothing.
Well, maybe you should try showering once in a while. Then you wouldn't get that creepy feeling.
Well, if you want to pay to have a shower installed in our humble abode, I'll be happy to oblige you.
Oh, I might. Might not be a bad idea.
Well, I haven't seen any outside of the big cities. They normally just do old-fashioned baths around here, but if you want to invest the money in it, then I'll be happy to benefit from your foolishness.
Well, I did notice that Crossmeet doesn't have a bathhouse, so.
Well, technically, probably not.
But bathing jokes aside, what do you think is coming, if anything?
I don't know. This book's really bothering me. It feels like there's something that's going to happen soon. I don't know what. Maybe it's just because things are going well for once.
Book? Which book? What's bothering you?
Oh, the book that we picked up. Maybe it's just maybe I'm just feeling weird because there's a pretty narrow grey line we walked on the bridge that day.
Oh, the silver bulk.
Yes.
Also, that we kind of all almost got possessed by an unknown entity. And she kind of
Yes, no.
she looks nervous at Jawdat.
Non-experience. Any of us want to repeat, I suppose.
No.
No. So, if we can avoid any near possessions, that would be good with me. Maybe we should set up some sort of I don't know, password.
What do you mean?
Like we could, let's say we are suspicious that Tolraun is getting possessed or something, and we ask him something, and he replies possum something, and then we know it's him.
Oh, the word would give me a pass. Oh, okay. I get it.
But if
Maybe I'll...
they know that word?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe.
It might rule out some things.
But let's say there's someone who is using that spell we know and disguise themselves as one of us. Then they shouldn't know that, right?
Well, that's true. So what you're suggesting is we come up with a party safe word to use in times of danger.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Something like that.
Perhaps our password could be password.
Of course, no one will think of that.
That's
Hey, it's not cliche if Torrun's the first person to think of that.
That's right. He's the first one to ever think of it.
Enter password here. Password. Yeah.
You guys did safely. Well, you brought Semmel back. He's now an orphan, but Jawdat managed to convince him to let Veeler Silverturn, the remaining guard, train him and also share some of the workload since Veeler's the only guard left in Cerner. So if there's anything more you want to get done tonight, say so. Otherwise, we'll jump ahead to the next morning and everybody will level up to level 7.
Okay. No, I can't think of anything.
Nope.
Okay. So in the morning, the Potato Inn or the Potato Eye is fairly quiet other than you. Roken, the aged dwarf, he brings you a full breakfast, and he just kind of nods and smiles. Normally very bitter, something of a defeatist, but he's in a better mood today. You've given him hope for the future.
Hey, the Potato Eye says that because it's missing the in off the sign.
Two ends, yeah.
Yeah, because it's broken, or because it's like faded from paint, or.
No, it's literally snapped off. The 2 ends have been snapped off. So the locals started calling it the Potato Eye as a joke instead of the Potato Inn, and that kind of stuck.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it is the morning of the 24th. You guys enjoy a nice breakfast. A few townsfolk are around to thank you again. Most of them have gone back to their homes. A few have sort of sad stories about how when they got back to their homes, some of the livestock hadn't survived. Maybe some pets hadn't survived or had run away. But again, for the most part, the town is very, very grateful. And you guys are free to head back to Crossmeet if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they get for joining a cult. Okay.
Or we can take up some time buying up some of the abandoned property and investing in Cerner. Right, going to Crossmeet. Got it.
But land values are plummeting. Trust me.
Is Jawdat town.
Hey, I've got to make up to my father somehow because after all the crap I pulled recently in his name.
Right.
Isn't the letter home? Hey, Pa, I own a city up here, up north.
Hey, Pa, to pay you back for
I
the favors,
I looked it up. It's really a town.
Yeah, I brought a town for you. It's near North Reading in Cameron, and it's a good place.
It'll be just like home. All right, so I mean, I don't have anything else I need to accomplish in Cerner, so John had gotten up early and tended to the horses and the pig, and we'll have them. Yeah, I couldn't remember if we brought one or two. I remember.
Right.
Yeah, horses and the pig, and have them ready to go for when I guess Tolraun comes back from his run and everybody else is awake.
Yeah.
Well, we also have 6 chickens or something like that.
Yeah, they're in the cage in the back of the cart.
That's right.
That part's easy.
Sorry, the accent threw me there for a second.
So you guys leave Cerner. It's a cold day, but fairly clear. You can see your breath, certainly. The ground is snow-covered, but not heavily as long as you stay to the road. You travel south for about half a day, where you reach the God Stone, a very large stone with symbols painted on it of various religions. And kind of behind it, in front of it is this pond, a natural spring pond that has fresh water. And kind of behind it is this long rock face wall that's about 10 to 15 feet high that has a few little tarpaulins and other things make a crude lean-tos. When you get here, there's a couple of people sitting eating. There's a man letting his horse drink from the pond, and he's knelt beside it, filling up a canteen. And just beyond, you see facing you, looking right at you, you see a man on a horse. He's wearing nice traveling robes. He's about mid-30s, human. He's got a mustache and a beard, goatee, cut close. He's on a large horse that has some barding on it. And he slowly rides up to you. As he approaches, you can see under his cloak that he's wearing armor, probably chainmail. His hands are resting casually on the saddle horn, and he rides up to you. He says, "I would like a word with the 4 of you, if you have a moment." He smiles and he gestures over towards the lean-tos. "Perhaps we can share lunch and a conversation."
Do we know you?
No, but I hope to change that.
Yes, well, do you know us?
Only by reputation.
Yeah. Yes.
I kind of lean in, and whisper, "It's a job."
I would assume so. Most people don't come and talk to us unless it's a job.
I guess more people are hearing about us.
Yes, we have been doing good advertising. Saving towns, killing work armies, it will do this.
I guess.
Well, friend, we can definitely have some lunch, but unfortunately we are not traveling with much in the way of food, so I am not sure how much we can offer.
Oh no, I have my own. I just thought we might share a meal and a conversation together.
I look to everybody else for like some sort of acknowledgement.
Yeah,
I shrug that nods.
Yeah. Go sit around his fire.
Right. So he leads. He heads his horse over to a lean-to that's a good ways away from the other lean-to that's occupied, well out of earshot range. There's just a tarp there. There's an old stump and a couple of fallen logs people can use as chairs. He dismounts and he lets his horse graze loosely in the area. He takes a pack out of his saddlebag and sets it on the stump table and sits down and starts opening it. And he looks up. Please, he gestures for you to sit down or be comfortable. Starts taking lunch, eating implements out of the bag, a bottle.
I sit down.
Yeah, I'll sit down and I kind of reach up my sleeve and I take out this bone wand, which looks like it's almost done. And I kind of reach the other sleeve and I pull out a bit of cloth and unwrap a sausage that I stick on the end of the wand and I hold over the fire.
Cool. That's cool. What about the animals? Jawdat, what do you?
I mean,
wagon?
Yeah, I'll unhitch the horses and I'll put them on maybe like a 25-foot rope tether so that they can wander around and munch, but they're not gonna get spooked and run off if all of a sudden this guy's allies jump out of the woods and try and kill us. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's, as I said, he's breaking out food. He takes out a small paring knife and a big hunk of cheese, and he's cutting himself little slices off the cheese and eating them. He pours some frothy liquid, looks like an ale of some sort, into a clay cup he has, and offers you some ale and cheese. And he says, "My name is Mr. Gray. I do know the four of your names, but trust me, I haven't done any particular prying. You've not made your presence locally a secret, certainly."
Well, that's true. We are in business. I suppose we shouldn't be surprised when people seek us out. Go on.
All right. So as you guys dine with me, he says, he looks around and he leans forward and he says, "I work for the SAF. Now, at least three of you, I don't know about Jawdat, but at least three of you would know the SAF to be an organization which is kind of like a medieval version of the FBI and the CIA merged together."
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He says, as you are, I'm sure, aware, there's been a lot of trouble in the country lately, particularly around the capital. We're in need of good people.
I mean, a bunch of the people in town are pretty good. I know many of the young ladies at the 3 are really good.
He smiles. Yes. I mean, good citizens, patriotic citizens.
They did.
perhaps I'm getting ahead of myself. You don't know me, and you've no reason to trust me, so I'm not going to ask you for any secrets, merely opinions. But if there's some information you would like to ask me that might make you a little bit more forthcoming with those opinions, feel free to ask. He slices off another piece of cheese and eats it.
Are you really worth the SAF?
He holds out his hand and shows you a ring that has a seal on it that, from what you know, which wouldn't be much, looks legit.
Okay, so that's kind of like someone showing you something that you think looks like a police badge, right?
True.
Anyone can wear a ring.
I kind of twist my hand and I kind of flip it around like, and I flick it a little bit and I say, yeah, see? And then I hold up my hand. You see a kind of a similar ring using minor illusion on my hands. See, that wasn't bad.
It's true. I could be lying. I have no reason to. As I said, I have no job to offer you. I'm just looking for opinions, and you are doers in the realm. You are patrons who get things done, and I would like to know more about the kind of people you are. I'm not looking for secrets. I'm not looking for things you don't wish to share. Just I want to understand you a little better. But, as I said, if there's any information I can offer you that might help you at ease, feel free to ask.
As you said, we are good, upstanding citizens.
Well,
I don't know if you have any secretive spy information.
Well, if I did, I certainly couldn't share it. That would be a betrayal of my trust. But I will tell you some things. Go ahead. You finish.
No. If he says he's gonna share, she shuts up.
I will tell you some things. What I'm about to tell you is not a state secret, and it's really not even a secret. But such knowledge, if you were to tell it to the wrong people in the wrong way, might cause them to feel fearful and panicked. So I'm going to trust you to use your discretion with whom you share this information with, and in a few weeks, perhaps a month, it won't matter. It'll be common knowledge. What do you know of the attack upon the Capitol?
kind of look to the others. Not much, to tell you the truth.
An army, almost 5,000 strong of undead, attacked the Capitol a little over a month ago. The capital city is mostly in ruins. The king is dead. The front army is shattered. We have maybe 10% of the force left. The guards that left all the towns will not be returning, at least not for the foreseeable future. We simply don't have the manpower to spread about. So,
Friend is dead.
what did you say?
That's the king name, right? Front.
King has become the fourth, yes. Yes, he is dead. One of the princes has taken over the throne in the interim. I imagine there will be a coronation at some time when things have settled down.
She imagines shortly that she could have been the queen of Front, ruling with an iron fist.
Talking about delusions of grandeur. But I tell you this. Well, I tell you this to hope to convince you to be patriotic citizens. I know.
Do what?
Well, keep your eyes open for opportunities, ways in which you might be of assistance to the country that you were born to and grew up in. He looks around he looks over at Jawdat, but exceptions, of course. I know you are working for Lady LeSever, a good citizen. I've spoken with her a few times. I don't know much of the details of what she seeks. It's really not important. What might be important, though, is if this place she seeks is everything she hopes it is, it might have knowledge and power that hasn't been seen in a long time in these realms that could be very useful to helping a kingdom rebuild. I'm not asking for any promises. I'm just asking that should you encounter such items, perhaps you can consider a more patriotic use for them rather than giving them over to a wealthy noble.
So the capital is in ruins. King Fourth,
Mostly.
The Fourth is dead. How?
Yes.
Was the undead army defeated?
Yes, but at the cost of about 15,000 lives.
What about other cities?
They started at the capital. It seems their plan was to continue north from there. A few tiny villages were completely destroyed en route to front.
But
Front
Anrock
was
is
the
okay?
main starting point. Yes.
You know that there's a orc stronghold not far from here, right? Do you think that
Yes.
they're gonna start stirring soon?
I don't know. As you quite rightly allude to, one's forces are weakened considerably. Should one of our many neighbors, choose this time to launch an attack, well, we'd be ill-equipped to defend ourselves. And that's part of the reason that I am seeking out heroic, capable citizens. So, I believe I've been fair in answering your questions, and again, I ask you for no secrets, but I would ask your opinions. Tell me, each of you, if you were to find something that could be of tremendous benefit to a kingdom struggling to recover, what would you do with it?
Crickets. Quack, quack.
Yeah.
Use it to help them rebuild. I mean, what are we talking about here?
I don't know. I don't know what's to be found, if anything.
Well, I suppose that's the problem then, isn't it? That we're speculating on completely unknown possibilities.
Right, but what isn't unknown is yourselves, and I'm asking you to make a character judgment upon yourselves to extrapolate.
I mean,
Well, how would you react?
sure. If I found something that will help. God, my chair just collapsed.
Just sit on a balloon? What?
If I found something that would help rebuild a kingdom, sure. That would help.
Yeah, I suppose the best answer I can give is I'll do what's whatever in the interest of the greater good.
And what of you? You are not a citizen of Front. You look at you, Jawdat.
No, I am not.
I suppose it depends on what is found. If is whatever is, there is belief on many parts that it is powerful. And if something is so powerful, one must ask oneself, if it's powerful, why is the people who had it not around anymore? Because if it was so powerful, wouldn't they have used it to help themselves? So then you have to ask, is it so powerful that it was personally or purposefully put somewhere, put away, out of sight, out of mind, so as not to be used? Because, in my opinion, kingdoms, cities, countries, they're like spoiled children. They all want what they want, and if you try and take it from them, they get very upset. And I think if the whatever it is powerful enough, it's like giving small child big stick. Yes, it protects what he has, but also tends to lead him to want to whack other children with big stick. I am not sure I want to be one responsible for giving big stick to front and allowing it to whack other people, as my father and family are within whacking distance.
A fair point, and yet front is in no condition to be an aggressor.
Now, but if they use it to rebuild, they will still have it, assuming it's not some limited amount of item. And once they are big, having just been whacked by other children, there is always spitefulness that is within every creature, including countries and kingdoms. So they will be spiteful, and they will see that they now have biggest stick, and they will want to smack back. Again, this puts the Yellow Sea in a very precarious position.
Well, I appreciate your candor. He's finished his meal. He puts his foodstuffs away. He takes out a small pouch, opens it up, and he takes a pipe out and he starts filling it with tobacco from the small pouch. And then he offers some of the tobacco to any of you.
Yes, I will fill my pipe. So I have a suggestion. She says as she stuffs the pipe. Now, since we're so close to Crossmeet, you know there's a almost countrywide renowned alchemist there, and he makes some wonderful healing potions. And I'm guessing they would be of great assistance if you want to help people in the capital. I mean, surely they're not dead all. There must be a lot of wounded, right?
Well, of course, and no offense to any of you gentlemen, but you aren't the only citizens I've contacted.
No, I'm just because we are from. I mean, we're not from Crossmeet, but we have been staying in Crossmeet. And he is, as you said, capable. And I'm sure if you approach him the right way, he will also turn out to be heroic.
Well, indeed, I thank you for that. I intend to seek out all potential helpful citizens for the country.
Mr. Gray or Sir Gray or is whatever. Tell me, if the undead have been defeated and the front is now not is licking wounds, is bandaging, is recovering. What good does this potential whatever do if it is powerful weapon? Last I checked, cannot plow fields with swords or build homes with crossbows.
Well, it would depend on the nature of what it is, of course. However, keep in mind that many of the losses were to our army, our soldiers. The kingdom was ill-equipped to defend itself. If there is such a powerful item, I hope that we wouldn't have to use it, that it could merely sit as a deterrent to other potential conquerors, would-be conquerors, not to invade.
Yes, because locks on doors are so effective against criminals.
I'm not the king, nor a policymaker.
Apparently, no one is.
Just a servant of the crown.
No, I understand. But, as you said, there are so many unknown factors. Front itself does not know how it would use it. So for you to ride around on your very nice horse, in your very shiny armor, with your very opulent ring, and to just ask even the best of the citizens, not that we are, but we are, how they would respond if they come across this item. This is what is the word I'm looking for? Contradictory. You do not know what you would do with it, but you ask us if we would give it to you.
No, I ask what you would do with it. And it's not for me to decide what would be done with it. My task is to seek out potential threats and allies to the kingdom, and I feel I'm doing that. With regards to this particular item, I have not discussed this with anybody but yourselves and the lady.
Oh, so you had been to Crossmeet and spoken to her. What did she say?
She plays her hand close to her chest. She told me nothing useful. As I said, I have no disrespect to the lady. She's a good citizen. She employs many of her other citizens. She's never been a threat to the kingdom before. She has her own ideas, such as you do. Well, gentlemen, I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you for meeting and speaking with me. Perhaps our paths will cross again sometime. Please just consider what I have said, and discretion, if you might. He stands up, goes to retrieve his horse.
I just kind of watched him leave and did my gains.
He leaves to the north, heading north.
Yeah. So did that raise any red flags with you guys as well?
Yeah, it was really kind of threatening, wasn't it?
In that subject, yeah. And like Jawdat said, there are so many nuances of what an item like that could be that it's silly to ask that question. It's just
Exactly.
that speculation so useless. But he seemed to have an idea of what it could be.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
I mean, well, first of all, he knew it might be an item. He knew that there might be something.
I'm guessing he's guessing since he's looking for. I mean, he's looking for a lost.
Do you
Electrical-ish city, right? So there's, I mean, well, all the stories that they had some, well, powerful magic. Isn't that what wizards traditionally are looking for? Powerful magic, more powerful magic.
look at Grimm?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, all I said there was that if I found an item that would help rebuild a kingdom, I mean, I guess. I mean, if you found an artifact that would help rebuild a kingdom, shouldn't we be kings?
About that really hard.
He came seeking allies, and he turned into an enemy.
Hey, we are land developers in the making.
It is a bad spot that a kingdom or a king finds themselves in when they have been so badly wounded that they must turn to their citizens and ask them about potential fairy tales as a way of recovering. If this Eladrin stuff is as important and it's dangerous as the lady has said, I find it hard to believe that the FAS, SAF, ASS, whatever.
SOS.
I find it hard to believe that they are not aware of this, and therefore I am led to believe they are seeking it for its power. Very seldom does someone seek power in shields and walls, but in swords and other weapons. I find it hard to believe they seek it simply to rebuild and serve as a deterrent. No person, let alone a government, kingdom I have ever heard of, has ever taken a slap in the face such as this and not responded in some way. So, if it is powerful and ancient magic, and we turn it over to the ASS, we are directly responsible for whatever they do with it.
That's true, but the
Perhaps
same,
if we...
the same holds with Lady Lysandra, right?
Yes, but now that there is, when the crazy old elf is looking for lost kingdom of progenitor relatives, this is one thing. When government sends out special forces to entice the retrieval of it, now I do not think we are looking for genealogical or cultural history so much as we are looking for something, well, like a sword. It could be good given to the right person, bad given to another. And so now I wonder, friends, if this is something that we must reevaluate.
Find ancient, was it Eladrin ruins?
Yes.
And the Eladrin still exists, right?
Well, apparently, Lady Lysandra is one.
Yes, Eladrin still exists. There's a whole city full of them, Althea.
Well, and they're not like... They don't like contact with outside races? Is that their thing?
Right.
Nope, the Altheans are fine. It's
Okay, it's the forest ones.
also, this is just an ancient sub-race of elves. They're not necessarily Eladrin. That's
okay.
making.
Okay. Well, we could I don't know, maybe return the artifact to an elf, the Elven kingdoms. Perhaps they would know what to do with it.
I am not.
Remember when we were in the where we found Feifel, the elf, where he had been interrogated and tortured by the other guys. That was an ancient school.
A school? Yes. Or we think.
And wasn't there something about that they once had more of that?
Eh?
They had more schools. They had like now the kingdom is controlled by the Dwarven royalty and nobility, but back then it was controlled by elves.
Yes, I do not know what you're asking.
I'm just saying if if there are more ones, wouldn't they want to rebuild their lost kingdom? And in doing so, they had to take over this kingdom because it's on that land.
So are you saying that perhaps the Nadri or Ladrin or whatever created an army of undead and marched against the capital so that they could take over front?
No, but I'm saying if again, this is kind of like speculative. But let's say we found a powerful artifact, even more powerful than the one in the Kellamore temple, and it could be used to rebuild or destroy a kingdom.
Yes.
That's almost too much power to give to someone.
Right, which is what makes me think that although I do not think, in grand scheme of things, that we are judge, jury, or executioner of entire everything, that we must look into this, figure out what it is, and once we know what it is, then we will be in some sort of position to make a judgment call. Unfortunately, we will be in a position where we have to make judgment call, and I do not necessarily think it will be very easy. Yes? I don't have lots of dealing with arcane artifacts. Perhaps when it gets down to it, it will be more of a Grimm thing.
Sure.
Actually, why are we even discussing this? I mean, we don't know if let's say we'll even find the place, or even if this place does have any magic left, or even if that is a magic item, or even if it's something we can use in this manner.
Yes.
I mean, we might as well be talking about what will happen if we go to Crossmeet and there's a dragon waiting for us.
Yeah.
You know, there's no point in that.
Right, which is why I say we look into it. When we find it, if we find it, then we have to make a decision. In the meantime, we are still, I guess, semi under the employ of Lady Losev, and well, I guess we do what we must. On the bright side, I believe we have been gone long enough that even the dwarf with the thick glasses could have read the book by now. So hopefully she is done.
I would assume so. I hope the work at our house is done too. I could use a good night's sleep.
Okay.
Well, let's head back then.
Yeah.
You guys continue on to Crossmeet. You meet a few travelers on the road, not many. I said it's cold but clear. When you get back to Crossmeet, it's about 9-ish, maybe 9:30 at night. A few people in the town spot you and give like a little wave, things like that. The barn is finished except for the roof thatching. That's not done yet, but the framework of the roof is there, and all the walls and door are intact. And there's your house. And so you're standing outside your house near your nearly completed barn, and it's about 9:30 in the evening. You're in Crossmeet.
Yeah. It's been a long day, so Grimm is just going to climb our steps into the house. Take a deep smell of the air, being home again, and I'll wander off to the back room that I've since claimed since.
No, wait. As soon as you enter the house, you can see that the front room is like almost completely blocked from all sorts of things. There's 2 tables, new tables, a large one and a small one. There's 4 chairs. There's 4 mattresses. There's a wooden box about 2 by 2 sitting on the floor. There's 2 stacks of concrete blocks. You can get the door open, and then you're looking at like a wall of this stuff to have to get through. Well,
So I guess we put that. We work kind of late, putting all that stuff away.
okay. The box contains dinnerware, new dinnerware you ordered.
Nice.
What do you want to do with the old furniture? You don't really have the storage space for like the old table and chairs and things. Or something.
We'll use a little hand axe and start breaking it up into firewood.
Okay. Sure. All right. Is there anything you guys want to do in your house tonight before the next day?
Nope. I'm just putting the animals to bed.
Yeah, just
All right.
get the mattress on the floor and even if I don't get the bed set up, at least have the mattress on the floor so I can just drop into it and sleep.
Okay. The animals are all fine. Scoot seems to have kept them in line. You guys retire for the evening. Early the next morning, on the 25th of rotting, Tolraun, you go out for a jog. It's a cool day. There's very little bit of snow falling from the air. But before you get back, a couple things happen. So 3 of you are in the house, and Tolraun is out for a jog.
Yeah.
Tolraun, you hear screams and shouts coming from the dock areas. The rest of you guys, there's a pounding at the door. Sounds like a gauntleted fist.
Son of a bitch. All right.
I'm
So
into the docks.
yeah.
Well, unless Grimm beats me to it, I'm up cooking breakfast, so I guess I'll answer the door unless Grimm beats me to it.
Okay, so, Ivan is there, and Ivan says, he has this look on his face, he's like, look, in my job I've covered pickpockets, drunks, thieves, murderers, but I can't deal with this shit. You better come out here. And you can now hear shouts and screams faintly coming from the east outside.
Good.
I was going to say, as we're following him out, I say, look, I know Balmera can be high-spirited sometimes, but...
I'm just going to make sure I turn the pot off of the fire so we don't come back to like a smoked out house full of this horrible smell of burnt bacon and porridge.
Yeah.
And
yes.
I'm not wearing my armor, but with the look on his face, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my table leg hammer mace thing.
Okay.
And I'll probably not. I'll put the bodkin on before we leave, and then I'll try and sort of, as we're walking, trying to be squirming into the chain shirt. But if I don't get to it in time, I'm completely fine with just dropping it on the ground. But so I'm kind of like as we're walking. You took Dylan back.
I'll grab my rapier and quickly cover myself with golden sand as I cast a mage armor spell, and I will attempt to help Jawdat as he's walking down the street with his arms raised. So she'll pull at the shirt, trying to drag it down.
Okay. Grimm, do you want to grab anything before you leave? Or?
No, I mean, most of what I really need I have on me if I'm assuming we're not leaving town. So I just, double, my hand automatically goes to my my ring. I just kind of like pat my sides to make sure I have the other little pouches and things like that I usually carry on my belt, and I'll just follow right out.
Okay, so Ivan leads you quickly down this way, down Workers' Way, and then down the coast road. And you see a large crowd forming around the the crossroads here of Nobles Row and the Coast Road. A whole bunch of people, and they're all looking to the west. Tolraun is among those people. Walking along Port Street, you see a female, blue-skinned, with dark blue-black hair. She's nearly naked. She's about 20 feet tall. She's wearing a loose, diaphanous skirt. Her upper body is decorated with assorted jewelry from the sea. Bracelets of gem-encrusted coral, a conch necklace, silvery chains around her ankles, and she is barefoot. She is walking up the street, looking around. She has a smile on her face. There's little bits of seaweed hanging off her here and there, a little bit in her hair. And she's just walking. I mean, it'd be at a run pace for someone of normal size, but she's walking up the street, looking around and kind of smiling, maybe a look of curiosity on her face.
Okay, I'll step in front of the crowd and go to approach it.
Okay. Ivan is there. Most of the notable townsfolk are there, as well as I like what Dennis said, as well as a lot of the citizens. Looking forward to confront this 20-foot tall blue female. What are the rest of you doing?
Just standing and staring, I guess.
I kind of like go over my my spells in my mind as they sort of like run through them. Again, twisting the ring on my finger, and I kind of lean to Ivan. It's like, are you gonna talk to her?
I could. I was kind of hoping this was more of an adventurer sort of thing.
I think Tolraun is on his way to talk to her.
In Balmera's mind, Tolraun seems to be determined, so she's guessing that he knows how to deal with a 20-foot tall blue female.
So Ivan sighs and he walks forward to join Tolraun if anybody wants to join him.
Oh,
So
I'll join in also at a little bit of a distance.
Yeah, I'll fall slightly behind.
All right.
By the way, I'm kind of leaning into Ivan. I'm saying, yeah, we also found his adventurer stuff only. Apparently, getting free food and drinks. You might want to consider that next time.
Yeah. This is a great time to bring it up.
This is the perfect time to negotiate.
Yeah, well, he ignores you and steps closer to where Tolraun is. So you kind of got the group there facing her. She's coming closer, you guys, and then some of the townsfolk, some of the more notable townsfolk, and then a lot of the citizens kind of spread out behind that. There's at least 300 or 400 people gathered watching this. She comes walking up. She says, "Who is the guardians of this town? The protectors, the defenders. Who's in charge?"
I kind of nudge to Ivan.
Yeah, I guess us.
Ivan says, "Me." You say, okay. So he says that, Tolraun, as you say us.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Oh, good. That saves me time. Let's go sit down for a minute." And she like continues walking. She walks between a couple of these houses on Port Street. She crushes a fence between the houses and keeps walking until she's over in this little gap between the sexton's house and the next place. And she turns facing west, facing the road. She gestures, and a throne-shaped chair of mist forms, and she sits in it. She gestures, "Come, let's talk."
I say fine. And
Ivan's there, and Tolraun's there anyway.
Yeah, I'll approach and kind of, I guess, be on the Balmera's head will be somewhere near her ankle or something like that, or knee.
Okay.
All
right. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, as she does that, I kind of sit down opposite her, I kind of gesture at the ground and I conjure a chair of purple stone. It goes with the ground, and I come in and kind of sit in it.
A really tall chair that kind of lifts him up.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so assuming all of you gather there, Ivan joins you as well. You can see the other guards, Bram and Adane, and they're kind of keeping some of the crowd back. They're doing a little bit of crowd control. There's also, as I said, several of the notable citizens of Crossmeet there as well. She looks down at her nails. She says, I've been ordered here to exact some sort of revenge on this town.
Why?
Oh, somebody complained, someone whined that some fish he loved was killed, and Quarthus decided to do something about it.
You don't seem that interested.
Well, I know when he really wants it done, and when he's just paying lip service to his followers. She leans in close, and she's trying to speak in a whisper, which is in no way at all a whisper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of bored, and I got to do something. Make Quarthus happy. So I don't know. What do you suggest? I need a spectacle.
Well, to the south, there is a foundry that belongs to the town, and inside of it is a large metal construct that is, was pride and joy of arrogant, gnomish magician that the town has often looked on as sort of a two-edged sword, yes? Is a protector for town and representative of their might and arrogance, if you ask me. And also is something that is so powerful that they have said that there is no creature in the land capable of destroying it. If this was something up your alley, then we could take you there, show it to you. You could dispatch it. We could invite people to watch. They could pay you some sort of applause and perhaps a tribute of what do you eat? Do you eat fish, berries, small children?
She's staring to the south, and she turns her head back. She goes, "That's an excellent idea, especially for a small one. Yes. This will be perfect. Make it a big spectacle now. I want a good show.
Of
you
course.
Go stand over there." And she gestures for you to stand back a little ways on the road.
Uh-huh.
And then she says, "All right, ready yourselves. She's smiling.
Are you bringing it here?
Of course.
Okay.
She gestures, and about 200 yards down the road, the iron golem appears.
Oh,
She says, I've fixed it. The last person didn't do it right. I've also instructed it to destroy the town and anyone who gets in his way. So this should be a good show."
What? Oh, that backfired.
The iron golem starts walking towards Crossmeet.
I look at everything else like, well,
I just slap Jawdat on the back of the head and just go over to the iron golem.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
So this is where we move our stuff to Cerner, I guess.
no.
Some of the townsfolk start
might-
panicking and running away.
There's about to be a lot of really cheap property here. Why are we moving?
Yeah, good point.
This was all part of our elaborate property investment scheme. Right played right
devalue the
into your
property.
hands.
At least,
So it's 150 yards in closing.
at least
Yeah.
At least Tolraun gets
Yeah.
a chance to fight the golem. So
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Grimm's head just sort of drops in despair, and he takes off his hat, and he kind of flips it aside, so it kind of goes spinning off into and to land on the ground, and he lets his coat drop from his shoulders onto the ground too, behind him, into this lump.
Ivan comes up and he stands beside you.
Don't ask.
Do you want me here, or
No.
try to protect them?
Yes, crowd control.
You get the people. You want to get the people out of its way.
Like I would recommend getting lots of carts and heading for Cerner out of its way.
All right, but I don't want any
Betty,
remarks from you for doing it.
Actually,
It says to you.
a better idea. If you can get everyone on boats, I don't care what the boats are used for. I don't care if they're cargo boats, if they're.
Excuse
That's
me.
not going to happen in 3 minutes.
Have you forgotten also who's here? I point at the big water woman. If she thinks any part of her fun is being diminished, she what, blinks and sharks show up and eat boat. Speaking of the water woman, I'm going to walk over to her. Excuse me.
You better get ready. It's getting closer.
Right, no, that's what I was going to ask. Since it was my idea, and it was so good for a small person, perhaps you could enchant me so I was maybe a little more resistant to being beaten to death by a big piece of moving metal?
She,
Fair
okay, well, make me a persuasion roll. I'll give you a shot.
I gotta find a die 20. Alright. Luckily.
So you can see some of the townsfolk are backing off, but most of them, like watching a fire or whatever, are standing there waiting for
I
them to
rolled a 19, so a total of 26.
Okay, so she smiles and she gestures her hand, and mist flows out of her hand and then swirls around your weapon, and it's now coated in metal from base to tip, and it's like a black-blue metal.
Well, yeah, thank you. I think.
The creature is 100 yards away.
Alright.
Eppin comes running up, and he casts Bless. So Jawdat and 2 others, you guys can decide, have a 1d4 they can use.
Tolraun, definitely.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give the other one to Balmera.
Okay, so you have a 1d4 you can add to any d20 in the next minute or something like that.
Right. The other thing I'm going to do is I reach in my pocket and I pull out 2 silver rings. And we've used this before. I jam one onto my middle finger and I jam one onto Tolraun's middle finger.
Okay, and what are they, like Wonder Twin powers activate?
You keep saying no to Chief?
But Tolraun is like 50 yards away by now, right?
Yeah.
Tolraun has a...
Alright, did you really just go running off at this thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did it.
That was the first thing I did.
Wait, are you actually like running down the street towards it?
Well,
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I've been
Oh,
doing.
okay, I didn't hear that part. So if you do that,
a new character.
a wall of earth springs up in front of you. He says, no. Right here. We've got to have the show near the site of the destruction. The people have got to see. We need an audience. Back.
If you can make element pair, couldn't you make a more suitable arena?
No, this is perfect. Everybody can see.
Right. So I hold up the 2 rings. Eh?
No.
What do you mean, no? I will have to waste more of my magic trying to repair you than protect
but
you.
It just has him do his thing. I mean,
Just let him do his thing. The thing that
Well, you know
almost
how
killed
it
him
is.
last time.
Evan
With
is standing
the
beside
aid
you
of the magic.
and says, I will help you as best I can.
Alright.
You can use magic. I don't want to.
but Balmera looks at the iron golem, then look at the 20-foot tall sea lady, and then she looks at her little toothpick of a rapier and kind of
Yes.
sighs.
And do you do anything, say anything beyond that?
So we're really doing this? She looks at Jawdat. Fighting it?
Well, if we don't, Tolraun will die. Because he is, for whatever reason, all of a sudden more pig-headed than usual.
Okay. Okay, I'll try to get close to it when he's close to it then.
Close to... You're getting close to Tolraun then?
No, she says that to Jawdat. She will try to get close to the iron golem when Tolraun is close to it.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, so 80 yards in closing.
Alright, Grimm, I flip you the ring. It's better than nothing.
I take it, and I kind of like feel my hands for the various rings I have, and I pick a finger that doesn't have one yet, and I jam it on.
Alright, +1 to AC, +1 to all saving throws, resistance to all damage.
Sweet.
Don't forget who has less. Eppin casts another spell, and you guys all get 5 temporary hit points.
That's
Okay.
helpful.
So while some of this time is going by, while they're doing other stuff, what I wanted to do was I kind of stretch my arms out to the side and I pull them in, and again you see this kind of purple armor sort of like wrap itself around me, ching, 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 ching,
Sure.
and then with again presumably with still some time left, I need around to I kind of kneel down on the ground with one of my knees, and I'm kind of like facing in the same direction as this thing. And I kind of reach into the dirt, so my hand like punches into it, and again you still kind of see this kind of glowing purple armor around me, reaching into the ground, and I turn it and pull up, and you see the ground sort of rumble underneath it, and this figure rises from the dirt, made of stone, and okay.
No, I just laughed.
Oh, okay, so yeah, so you see this large stone humanoid rise up from the rock and take a position right next to me.
Nice, excellent.
All right. So also, 30 feet in front of myself, the sand, the wind blows and the sand starts to swirl, and it doesn't become completely corporeal, except for a large sword and a shield that bears the emblem of Joaquin are both there, and it sort of like does like the pang, 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 and then it sort of drops into a defensive posture.
Neat. So how far ahead of them do you want to be, Tolraun? And I think Balmera, you said you were joining him?
Yeah, but Balmera is when she said that, began to kind of half run up to Tolraun to keep up with him.
I don't know. Where is the wall that she made?
Well, it's going to be in front of you, but I'm going to give you the choice right now of being in front of this thing that Jawdat just cast, or behind it. It's 30 feet away from him.
I'll be in front of it. Yes.
Okay. All right. So once this thing gets to 50 yards, you guys can roll for initiative.
Okay.
I didn't do well.
27.
27.
Is that all? Slacker.
I might be failing to add a bonus to it, I think.
Just before the bonus. That was on the die roll alone. I call it shenanigans. 18 on the initiative.
Okay. About Mara
24.
Holy crap.
and Jawdat.
A number. I have already lost my dice. We'll use this one. A 3.
Okay, so I get a 2. 4 minus 2. 2. So,
Who's less stunned than the thing coming towards us?
so
Surprised
Tolraun,
in the city.
once this thing gets to to 50 yards away, 150 feet, the wall of earth goes into the ground, and this thing's sort of. You can see its steps leaving like clouds of dust and not dust, but snow flying up as it approaches.
Okay, wait, it's 150 feet?
And closing fast. Yep.
Well,
okay. So, yeah, I'm pretty much gonna use this turn to move up 50 feet.
Okay.
Right. Actually, no, I'll make that 80 feet. That's
okay.
A little bit slower than dash, but...
Okay, so you guys are perhaps handily right in front of the graveyard, basically, having this fight. That could save time later.
Sweet.
Balmera.
As he sees Tolraun just take off.
Shit.
I'm gonna try to keep up. If my calculations are correct, I can reach a speed of 75 feet in a round.
Okay.
So he's doing everything he can to keep up with him, but still falling short.
Okay. Grimm.
Yeah, so I stay exactly where I am, and I tell this Earth Elemental to stop that thing at all cost. And
okay.
it takes a couple steps, like it's going to charge towards it, and you just see it like drop into the ground. It can basically move through the ground just effortless as it could if it were on the surface. So I'm going to have it actually come up like right in front of it.
So what's its speed?
The movement is 30, so it's pretty standard movement.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So it moves closer. It's as close as Tolraun and Balmera, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
And can you order it as a free action kind of thing? How does that work?
Yeah. Basically, let me see here. It's friendly mimic companions. Yeah, it obeys any verbal commands that you issue to them. If you do not issue any commands to them, they defend themselves from hostile creatures, but otherwise take no actions. So,
okay.
Yeah, as long as it can hear me, basically, it sounds like.
All right. Okay. So it's turning its way underground via Bugs Bunny.
Basically.
So from me to my creature is 30 feet, and then from the creature to where the golem is right now is another 120-ish feet?
20, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so, and Eppin is standing somewhere behind me?
Not far. Same with Ivan. Also, you notice to your left, Wrong comes and stands there. He's got a big club in his hand.
Right. Alright, so I look back at Eppin, and I flip him one of the double-headed coins that we sort of use when we're saying, hey, we gotta talk business. And as he catches it, it disintegrates into a bunch of sand that washes over him, and he's got this little bit of a gold sheen to him. I'm casting Sanctuary on him, so for the next minute,
excellent.
He can't be attacked.
I think I have to make a wisdom save.
You do, yeah, you do. And then I will turn away from him, sort of flex my bit of orky muscle underneath of everything, and I will walk up next to my my guardian that's there. I'll draw out my table leg, and I will turn loose of it in the air as it starts to sort of hover next to me in sort of anticipation.
Okay, it feels slightly heavier to you than normal.
Alright, so yeah, once I turn loose of it for its magical dancing ability, I notice maybe it droops and
wobbles a little bit more than it normally does in its sort of elegant twisting motion, and I hope that's a good thing.
Okay, so the golem, I'm just checking his speed here. All right, so he's going to move 40 feet. He's going to move up, and let's see, it would be, I'm going to say he's going to go up, and he can't quite reach you yet, Tolraun, but he gets about 15 feet away from you.
Okay.
I just did a double move for him.
Alright. So is it back to my turn?
Yes, it is. We're at the top of the order.
Okay, so can you describe to me where I know where I am in
right.
comparison to
Okay,
the
yep.
floor,
So
but everyone else.
So yeah, again, we're just going approximate here. So here's approximate. So approximate is you're 80 feet ahead of Grimm and Jawdat, and then the other townsfolk are behind that. The Iron Golem is 15 feet in front of you. Balmera is just behind you over your shoulder.
Okay.
And this this female, her name is Setari, is sitting on this mist throne, watching and smiling.
Okay. So.
And you also see Johnny Longstrider just watching.
Look, villain! So it's doing somehow. Alright.
Damn him.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna move up 15 feet and I'm gonna strike it 4 times. Spin my keyboard. The lowest was an 18.
Sorry, I was muted. You need a 20.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that's 2 hits. And just so you know, my attacks count as magical. It's a monk
Good
thing.
thing. And I did know that.
So that's 18 points of damage, and I'm going to spend a key point to make him. He has to make a con saving throw, which he's going to make because it's only 13. But
or else what?
or else he'll be stunned for a turn.
He's immune to stun.
Yeah, he's immune to stun.
I
just,
okay.
for some reason, I just can't help but think of like the in the Deadpool movie, Deadpool attacking Colossus.
But your fists managed to break off some bits and pieces of iron off of him. Balmera, it is your turn. You're about 20 feet away from it, and Tolraun's engaged with it.
Okay. Does it look like he managed to dent it a little bit?
A little bit.
Okay. She had hoped for some time off, but she sighs and she begins to cast a spell that she has seen Grimm do so many times, hoping to teleport, but misses the spell, and it just turns out to kind of a blur around her, so she kind of phases in and out.
Okay.
And he kind of makes a little jump, and as he realizes that she isn't flying to the air, she kind of recovers and just runs up to the golem instead. I'll try to run, I'll use my acrobatics to kind of get between its legs on the other side of it. So Tolraun is in front, and I'll try to get in the back.
I'll say you can start going around it. You can certainly make your way around it.
How big is it?
Oh, big, like 15 feet tall, something like that.
So if I'm 4 foot, I should get. Can't you just?
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm just saying there's a rule, and technically in D&D you can't move through another creature's space. So, but I'll say you can run around it to get on a different side of it. You can effectively do the same thing just by not going through it.
Okay, I thought that was acrobatic. Allowed you to do that.
In any case, you can still get the position you're seeking. So, Grimm, it's your turn.
No, she also gets an attack. Those heal.
Okay, you got 2 actions? Because I thought you cast a spell.
That's right. That's not a bonus action. That's correct. No, so you
Okay.
can only move. Yeah.
Okay. So, Tolraun and Balmera are about 80 feet away from you, Grimm, engaged in battle with this thing.
All right.
Your
Yeah, so-
golem moves another 30 feet closer, so he's 20 feet away now.
Okay,
And
yeah.
just-
So this thing is the goal the elemental is a low sort of charging boulder just.
I thought he was underground.
Well, yeah, that's true. So you see, it's just kind of lump on the ground, barreling towards it.
Well, I've seen Bug cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a little bigger.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Go
Go on.
So while they're doing that, I kind of think about the implications of electricity, and unfortunately, you know, it really hasn't been developed in this world as much as probably should be. So I lightning bolt this golem in the head.
All right. Go for it.
Thinking that I'm gonna try and kill it. So yeah, it gets a saving throw, and I'll make
It's a
my
deck save, is it?
yes. Which I'm hoping this thing isn't terribly dexterous then.
So lightning goes in a straight line, but you're casting it upwards. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Jawdat make a saving throw to get out of the way, but I'm gonna give you advantage on it because it's up above you. Like it'll probably miss.
Wait, me?
No, I'm sorry, not Jawdat. I'm sorry, Tolraun. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I was like, damn it, Grimm.
Alright, cast some light. Oh,
I need-
sorry, Jawdat.
I needed you as a conduit for the electricity. Sorry.
Yeah, like 28,
You-
so...
You're like a
All right.
passive.
So,
So the only effects you feel are like literally your hair standing up. Like
That's good news. Okay, good. That's the right number. Okay, so. 34 points of damage.
that's lightning damage, right?
Yes, yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah. So as this lightning kind of arcs over everyone's head up toward this the head of the golem that's kind of standing above everyone else, and it just rakes along the top of it, creating this smell of metal and ozone in people's sinuses. And I look for any sign that it might have actually hurt it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I kind of wince a bit at seeing my companions sort of duck to try and avoid the bolt. Like, gotta do what we gotta do. Sorry.
You notice beside you, Grimm, a human female. She's got fair hair. She's about a foot shorter than you, and she's wearing robes and a hood pulled up. And she reaches out her hand, and she also casts lightning bolt,
Oh, nice.
and it strikes the golem. I'm gonna take some damage. It's gonna take some damage.
We are careful not to cross the stream.
And she says to you, "Don't use fire."
Well,
It's your turn.
I said, well, I can't anyway. My friends are right there, but why not?
She said it'll mend it. Jawdat, it's your turn.
Okay. I will move forward so that I'm about 60 feet from this thing. I think I've positioned myself to be able to do that.
Yeah,
And,
you could get closer if you wanted. You could at least go to 50 feet, I think.
No, let's not do that.
That'll-
Let's not.
Okay.
Let's not do that. So, as I do that, I will. Again, there's this sort of warm breeze,
and the sort of churning coin shuriken will appear next to me. So now I've got the Guardian 30 feet behind me. I've got this thing rotating near me. I have my club floating next to me, and I feel a little bit better about this. And then I will throw a puff of sand towards that creature, and I'm going to use Sacred Flame, which is a cantrip, since we were so rightfully corrected on the misuse of everything.
Yep.
And it can make a Dexterity saving throw.
Doubtful. 12. I guess 12.
No, that
do it.
does not quite.
Not even. Well, it's actually 7. So.
Okay. And it will take some damage. It will take.
It's like French damage.
It is. It'll take 7 points of radiant damage.
Okay. It seems to harm it somewhat.
Yeah.
It responds. It takes one step to the right, looks down at its two combatants, and opens its maw, and a cone of greenish gas sprays out. Both have to make con saves. The DC is 19.
Almost 2. Okay, I got a 19.
Okay, if you make your con save, this is against poison, Balmera, so that will omit. Look at that. 5 ones? 4 ones. So if you make your save, you're taking half damage. 10, 22, 24 points of poison damage, or 12 if you made your save.
What was the DC
then
again?
it's
19.
19.
Okay.
But it's poison, and you're a dwarf, so...
It's halved even
I
further.
still only rolled a 17, so...
Alright. So then it takes 2 fists and raises them in the air and swings 1 at each of you. I'm going to roll these separate, since they're 2 separate targets. The first one's a hit, and the second one is also a hit. And its damage is 8 plus 7. So you guys each take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
As
Okay,
it slams
it-
the fist down into you.
It has disadvantage on hitting me because of the blur.
All right. I'll roll again. I got an 18 on the first roll, and maybe it is a miss. I'm still a 19. I'm plus 13 to hit.
Okay, that will hit too.
All right. So you guys both take 20 points of bludgeoning damage, and that brings us to Tolraun's turn.
Holy crap.
Kill it. Kill it.
Please kill it, Tolraun. Please kill it.
Okay, this next attack might kill. Oh, it's not gonna fucking kill it.
It's not going to kill it. No.
If you're 13 to hit, then you only need a 3 on the die to hit me. So, yeah, I'm striking it.
All right, you need a 20. Go for it. You turn and you wail your fists on it. Don't forget the blast you guys have running.
Mm-hmm. It's 20, right? Yeah.
Need a 20. That's the EC, yep.
Alright. So, this is good dice rolling, but not necessarily doesn't mean anything. I hit it 4 times.
Okay?
Yeah, you can, Dennis.
I can't think of why you can't. You probably couldn't technically sneak up on one for whatever that means. But,
In 3.
but the sneak attack damage, the way it's defined, absolutely.
They did
So-
away with a lot of things.
Yeah. So that's 31 points of damage.
Okay. So yeah, you're taking you're knocking hunks of metal off of it. You're putting big dents and taking chunks out of it. Balmera.
Okay.
Oh, you finished. Go ahead.
I was just saying that you'd see like Tolraun's just trying to attack like the same position on its body over and over again. So,
Right. All right. Well, you're doing your best. It's moving around, but sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Balmera.
I guess I have to poke it with my rapier.
Who's always running away.
That is true. Else he's gonna try see what the rapier does.
Kill it.
It does nothing.
Huh. Okay.
She fails to find a spot in between the metal plates.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my cunning action to make it disengage, and then I'm gonna use my move to get 25 feet away from it.
Okay. Okay. So it makes a half-hearted swipe at you as you move away, but too slow. Grimm.
All right.
You saw this cloud of poisonous gas come out of it. You saw it pounding its fists. You can hear the townsfolk behind you. They're all freaking out, yelling, cheering you on. There's all kinds of mixed reactions.
Yeah, I'm just grateful that I'm
Guards
not.
are holding the crowd back.
I'm just grateful I'm not as close as the other ones are. So, I assume at this point the earth elemental comes into contact with this thing.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. So it can move and take an action, I believe.
Yeah. So it kind of about 10 feet away comes like running out of the ground almost, kicking this huge cloud of dirt.
Well, it's snow.
With dirt with snow on top of it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep.
This big brown and white cloud erupts, and this thing charges right at this thing. Kind of trying to catch it in the midsection and bring both of its stone fists in. There's a huge cloud of broken. Well, it's large size, so I assume it's probably 10 feet. Maybe.
It's probably half its height. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So say so this is 10. This was 15 feet. So it comes charging. There's a huge explosion of broken stone as parts of this thing break when it hits. Little flecks of metal sparks, maybe like flint on steel, and it brings in its slam attack basically.
Okay.
Now, this is really stretching. I assume this thing is not considered an object.
It's a construct.
Yeah. Well, it's just Earth Elemental gets gets double damage when.
I don't think. Yeah.
Objects are structured.
But I am going to consider its fist to be magical, which does have an effect on the damage it does.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so this thing has a plus. Hold on.
You're up next, Jawdat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So, definitely over 20, and. Oh, it gets 2 of these slam attacks. Okay, so 8 and 8. 16 takes 26 points of damage.
Hit both times. Cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it has a pretty good plus to hit. This thing has a 20 strength. So both fists come slamming in. I can imagine this fist comes slamming on the side, it was trying to tackle it. It brings both fists inside. Yeah, you just hear this massive ring of stone and broken metal and everything colliding in this.
Okay. When this happened here, Sateri kind of chortle and chuckle with delight. She claps her hands.
And I still get to do what I can do because obviously this thing's acting on its own at this point.
Yes. Yes.
So, well, she said fire won't work, so I'm going to, I'll send lightning bolt in again, I guess.
Okay.
So again, I'll, aim for its head, send this arc of lightning at it.
All right, so I'm going to have you make a dex save again, Jawdat. I'm sorry, did it again. Tolraun, with advantage.
I'm beginning to
what-
think you just want me to die to lightning.
what do I need? 'Cause I got over a 20, but
Yep. So once again, the hair on your body literally stands up.
20. 31 this time.
Okay. So it gets wreathed in lightning. Bits of it start to flake off. The woman beside.
I was gonna say you kind of see some smoke rising from my hands as from this second bolt that's gone off. You know, just this kind of like steam sort of rising from the backs of my hands in the air.
The woman beside you points her hand, and yellowish little balls fly out of her hand, boom, and strike the golem with unerring accuracy.
Nice.
Jawdat.
All right. So I will. I'm going to order my spinning coin to 20 feet forward so that it will engage with this Maduhiki golem. And how far away from me can the dancing weapon move, Rob? So that's one of your things. Is it 5 feet?
30 feet.
30 feet.
Well,
Okay.
30. There's a damn weapon right in the book. I just gave that property, but it's a real book. It's really in the book. I think it's 30 feet. But you can look it up in the DMG. Look up dancing sword. I just transferred it to this.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm going to move it forward also. Well, actually, I could probably only do one, but they both probably require a bonus action to do. I would imagine. But and then I'm going to be using guiding bolt myself.
All right. Yep.
So I will.
That's a deck save or is roll to hit?
That's unfortunately a roll to hit.
All right.
So, come on. I can spell. Yeah, they're both bonus actions. So the spiritual weapon will move up. The club will stay near me, and we will see if we can hit this guy.
Okay.
17 plus 4, so 21. Yes,
All
I
right.
will hit him.
That tough armor class isn't helping me much.
It will when I start rolling for the weapons and I don't get my bonuses.
I'm just saying, you guys have hit it a lot with the 20s.
5, 10, 14, 7. It's 17 points of radiant damage from the guiding bolt. The next attack against it will have advantage, and that will be the spiritual weapon trying to hit it. So.
All right. Does that happen now? I think that happens now.
Yeah, it happens now. So, yep.
Okay. Yep.
18 on the first roll, which will miss it, and that was the highest of the two rolls. So that will miss.
So the golem stomping in position, kicking up clouds of snow, and putting big dents in the roadway. He turns and he breathes a cloud of poisonous gas out again. So Jawdat, Balmera fortunately moved out of the way, and I believe the golem construct is immune to poison. You can double check that for me, Al.
Yeah, the elemental.
I'm pretty sure it is immune to poison. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So you need to make a con save there, Tolraun. The DC is 19.
Yeah, but I have a feeling I'm going to go down anyway.
Okay, so you're going to take half of this damage.
12, 13, 21, 24, 29, 36, 39. Jeez.
So you're going to take 19 points of damage, poison damage.
And then after this session, I'll level up and get the immunity to poison. That's when I'll do that.
That's
Well,
fairly
yeah, levels.
optimistic of you.
That'll help you. So you fall down, unconscious, dying.
No, I'm still alive.
Oh, good.
But are you still standing?
Yeah.
Okay. So the golem is going to take 2 swings then. One at the elemental, which is an 18. Does that hit the elemental? Yeah.
AC is 17 on the elemental.
Okay, so I got a hit on him, and then I'm going to swing at you. And
33 will hit you, or 29, or whatever that is.
Yeah. So that's 2. So you're both the elemental and you are going to take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Alright, crunch. Big chunks of stone come flying off the elemental.
And I believe Tolraun drops.
Did it hit me?
I hit for 20, yeah. One at him and one at him. So boom, Tolraun goes down and is dying. Make me a death save.
Yep, that's 1 success.
Okay, Balmera. So 25 feet away, you see Tolraun drop, and a big chunk gets taken out of this stone elemental.
Okay. I'm guessing it occupied with the stone elemental at the moment, right?
At this very moment, it is.
Okay.
You want to do anything about that? Huh?
Yeah, that dodge action, was that standard action or move action?
It's an action. The dodge action. It's
I
an
think
action.
rogues can do it as can do a disengage as a bonus, can't they?
Yeah, disengage.
But if you taking like the defensive action, I think that's an action, isn't it? Like you just kind of touch it.
Okay.
But it's your turn.
Yeah.
You're 25 feet away.
She's gonna use. She's gonna run in and grab Tolraun and drag him to the side, away from the golem, towards Jawdat.
Okay.
So that's my move, and my standard action, I assume, is grabbing him.
All right. But I'm not going to allow you to do a total disengage. I'm going to take an OA at you while you're dragging a body. I think that's reasonable. 19?
It still has the disadvantage on it, if that helps.
All right, yeah, okay. Better than 19.
Didn't really help, yeah.
So you take 20 points of bludgeoning damage as you get his body out of the way. If you're still conscious, you got him.
Yeah, I got some hit points left.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
Grimm.
I'll use my bonus action to get the fuck out of that as a dash with him.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm moving towards Jawdat, and as soon as I'm
just to be clear, you can't dash with him though. He's out of the way, like he's some distance away from the golem, but you can't further like if you want to sprint, you can't be sprinting with him.
Okay. Well, I'll use the bonus actions to disengage them.
Yeah, you can take off, no problem. Okay. Grimm.
All right. Well, this thing is just going to continue to pound into the he hasn't been a grapple, so he's just going to like wham wham, just wailing into his body.
Thighs.
Yeah. Thighs of power. 18 to 21. 15 and 8 is 23. So you said 20 is the AC?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 hits.
That's a nice spell.
Conjure Elemental.
Nice.
I get 4th level, so 7th level. So.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, 8. Hold on, math is hard. 20 takes an even 30 from these 2 hits. And I'm somewhat depleted here, but I mean, what else am I going to spend the spell?
It's your turn.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it continues to work. So I with my hands sort of trembling and still slowly steaming from the effort. One last time, I put both my hands out, and you see these another arc of energy just as the lightning bolt strikes out at its head.
Okay. I think I technically get a deck save, but it's unlikely.
Well, even if he gets that, it takes half an hour.
I don't make it, yeah.
Okay. 20, 28. 30 this time.
Okay. So, more bits of metal fall off of it, and it's slowly progressing its way forward as it fights. Jawdat.
Well, I will step back my 30 feet. And I'll go ahead and guiding bolt this thing again.
Okay.
Or try to, anyway. Big numbers, no whammies. A 3 is a whammy. So I will miss it. And yeah, let me see here. How long has it been since we started this?
The fight?
Yeah.
I believe it's been fourth round since you rolled initiative.
Right. All right. And how long has it been in total since I opened my mouth and told her she should fight the golem?
I don't know, maybe 8 rounds, a minute.
Huh. And do I think it's possible to run all the way back to the house in 20 seconds?
I don't think unless there's a flash.
Well, if you ask me, I might be able to manage it, but
Would be like I don't know, an eighth of a mile or something.
Grimm is just gonna go.
I'd have to do a few consecutive jumps.
Yeah. As what's his name? Nightcrawler, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Well, I will use the my bonus action to get the club to strike at this thing.
Okay.
So that's an 18 on the die plus my proficiency bonus, a 21.
That's a hit.
All right. And we'll roll its damage of 7 points of damage, unless the being black does anything for it.
It makes it not be half that.
Well, it's a magical weapon to begin with, but okay.
It's now adamantine.
Nice! Alright, so yeah, it clubs it for its whopping 7 points of damage.
Okay. You see Eppin, he goes running kind of past you, heading towards Tolraun. He uses his full movement to close the distance, but he's not close enough to heal him yet. The golem is going to take 2 swings at the Earth Elemental.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And
so
demolish it.
The AC is 17.
Yeah.
But he had AC 33 and 27.
So on the first hit, I did
It ain't us, is it? So
67 points of damage.
Okay.
I critted. And on the second hit, I did another 20.
Okay.
So that's 80 points of damage right there, or 87 points of damage right there. I just did.
Yes, it is. And he is still up on his feet.
Really?
Yeah.
Like over 100 points of damage.
I know. He is on 126.
Wow. Crazy overpowered. Okay.
That is bonkers.
He stomps past it and heads towards you, Grimm. No, sorry, not Grimm, Balmera. He's standing over you, Balmera. And it is Tolraun's turn. You can make me a death save. I remind you, your blast is still available.
Sure. This is 16.
Cool. Balmera, this golem, heavily damaged, is standing, towering over you, ready to stomp you into paste.
Did it destroy the earth elemental?
No, it just started ignoring it.
Okay, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna use my cunning action as a bonus action to ignore it and move away from it.
Yep, you can do that.
There is a big glowing sword and shield like hovering in the middle of the area that you can.
Okay, I'm gonna try get behind that if I can. Still while dragging Tolraun over there.
That's fine.
I'm gonna use my standard action as a disengage and my move to run.
Okay.
And as I will use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on him, because she's getting the idea that broken spine is gonna kill him anytime soon.
Okay. As long as you stay within 60 feet, you can do it.
Well, I should be, since he's in my arms. And it's just a verbal component.
Oh, I thought you had dropped him and was running back.
No, I'm still carrying him.
All right.
So you heal 1 hit point, because my spellcasting ability is +0.
Okay.
Gain a level of exhaustion, and you're now conscious.
Mm-hmm.
And you feel Balmera's strong arms holding you.
Take me back to the golem.
Right, right. Let me die.
I just died in your arms tonight. Okay, Grimm.
All right. So the obviously the earth elemental is not just going to let him like just waltz past and ignore it because I told him
you can just follow and smash him. Go for it.
Yeah. So okay, that one's a miss, and that one is just a hit. So at least 1 hit on that one. 8 and so he takes 13. So he kind of misses with one of the massive stone fists. But the other one connects with the back of his hip, sending again more shards of iron just flaking off this thing. Crunch! Another blow from underneath. And
okay.
I'm gonna be moving back a bit because this thing is still moving forward. So I'm gonna be kind of moving back according to my movement is.
The crowd of townsfolk that's watching, they all start backing up too.
Good. Get clear! I kind of shout for them to get clear, because they're in big trouble. So am I, for that matter. Yeah. So I'm falling back to my first level spells, and so I this time I'm kind of shaking one hand, which is almost like really smoking now. The other one I kind of shake a bit, and I kind of throw an overhand twist, and you see this arc of purple lightning, not quite as intense as the previous one, come arcing up towards its head, and will hopefully hit him. I think
with roll to hit.
I think so with Witch Bolt. Let me double check. I don't use that one as often.
Most cantrips are roll to hit. I know that.
No, this is first level.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Come on.
Roll the 4.
Yeah, no, I got a 15 plus.
That should hit. Unless you have a crappy intelligence.
Should be enough.
No,
Gotta
me
be at
not.
least +5.
Me not mod. Oh yeah, okay. So yep, I hit. All right.
Okay.
And that is a D12. So.
More of this dark lightning dances around it.
Well, actually, I'm gonna use a spell slot higher because I don't have any second level spells I can really use against it. So, I'm actually gonna use a bit more juice to it. 19, and so this arc of purple light starts raking across it, and I'm maintaining contact even as I'm sort of like, walking backwards.
You can start to see cracks forming in the body and the legs of it.
Okay.
But it is still a killing machine, literally. Jawdat.
Okay. Well, the club will take a swing at it real quick. And the club will roll a 17 total. So, no, it'll miss. I'm going to take up position right behind the sort of floating sword and shield.
Beside Balmera, yep.
Yep, and I'm going to grab a handful of the snow and I throw it up. It'll turn into sand as it flutters back down, and my little sand angels will appear all around me. However, I am designating everyone except for the water lady and the golem as being immune to the effects of it.
Okay.
And so I'll stand there. So now there's a 15-foot block where if this thing comes into it, it's gonna start taking damage. And if it gets it within 10 feet of me, the guardian will also attack it. So that's kind
Still
of
a
where
little ways away at the moment.
Yeah. But at this point, I feel like we almost need a point to retreat back to, and this seems like the most sensible way to do it.
Gotcha. So, in front of you, on the other side of this thing, Eppin, standing there, he spreads his hands out, and he's going to cast Prayer of Healing. So, all of you that are injured recover 18 hit points.
Good job, Eppin. Everyone will be in church tomorrow. Well, everyone who's not dead.
The golem takes a swing at the elemental. I hit it for 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing again if it's still standing.
Good God.
Another 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that takes it down.
So it comes stomping towards, Grimm, Tolraun, and Jawdat. And it's going to breathe a cone of fire. A cone of poison, sorry. I need to make con saves.
Wait a minute. Fire-breathing golem is that?
Sorry, that's after the golem. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's the dragon you have to fight next.
I'm gonna assume
Right.
you meant Balmera, Jawdat, and Tolraun.
Everybody but Grimm.
Yeah.
You can make a save for half damage here. It totals 37.
Does a natural 20 on a save get you anything other than a wasted natural 20?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a quarter damage. How's that sound?
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Alright, so you take 9 points of damage, poison damage.
Okay. As Balmera is holding Tolraun struggling in her arms, she's a little exhausted from running from this golem so many times, and every time it hit, it kind of knocked the air out of her, so she takes a deep breath and sucks in the poison gas and drops down, dropping Tolraun.
who also takes in all the poison because he had disadvantage on that save because he's exhausted and falls down.
Oh no. Okay. You can make me death saves, both of you.
How do you do that? I haven't died yet.
Roll a die 10.
Roll a d20. You want 10 or better. If you get a natural 20, you wake up.
Yes,
Roll
I
a die
rolled a
10.
natural 1, so is that double?
So that's two
That's two failures.
But this might be a good time to use your d4 to
And
not get
change
2
that to a
failures.
5.
That's right.
Or
Yeah.
2.
That'll work.
I'm gonna do that.
Alright, so you only
Okay.
have one failure.
So one strike.
Even better.
So in the future, Jawdat's not allowed to talk to any more water-aligned anythings ever.
He does come from
No.
the kingdom of
I was
sand.
gonna say yeah, pretty much the opposite.
It was a
Yeah.
miscommunication.
From now on, like whenever you talk to anyone, we're gonna be no. Remember what happened last time?
Yeah.
No, you
Funny, I got some funny.
record it.
I'm not too worried about it because my new party members won't know anything about this.
Tolraun, did you make a death save as well?
Yeah, I passed. Got a 13.
All right. So Grimm, you
Yeah.
see this thing, men dropping 2 of your companions. Stone Golem is smashed. It's all cracked and flaked up the back.
Well-
As you're considering your next action, Wrong goes rushing in, and he swings a big club at this thing twice with a. So he clangs the club into it for some damage, and then the club shatters in 2, and Wrong looks down in despair. I rolled a 1. So,
Alright, is anyone more scared by the fact that his club shattered or the fact that Rob rolled its head and he still hit an AC 20?
Yeah.
oh, you're right.
Wrong
You're right.
is
He doesn't do any
scary.
damage. Thanks for reminding me. I made a mistake.
Nope, I was more scared of him all of a sudden than I was the
No,
golem.
I added 13 because I was thinking of the golem bonus. You're right. It's a miss.
It's like, what?
It's only +8.
That was the clanged off of it just
Yeah,
effectively. Yeah.
Yeah, and shattered. All right, so Ron is standing there weaponless now, with a look of dismay on his face, and I believe it's your turn, Grimm.
Yeah. So I'm still maintaining this witch bolt on him, so I get another.
Right now, wait a
shotgun.
minute. We got
Yeah.
a rule correction here.
Okay.
If you want to do that, if you want to hurt him with the witch bolt, that is your action. But you can still have it going on and do something else.
Right.
Yeah. Like you can't attack him with the witch bolt and then do something like cast a spell at him or something.
Well, right.
It's
But
the witch bolt do damage, or you do something else.
I thought the witch bolt was just it didn't require an action.
It takes your action to inflict damage.
It
Yeah,
takes your action
it's-
to inflict
it's-
damage. But you can maintain it
Because
for
you
free.
don't have to attack. That's the good thing about it.
What was that?
Yeah, it's your action, right? But the good thing about it is you don't need to keep rolling to hit. It's
Oh,
basically
okay.
a guaranteed hit.
It's auto damage.
Yeah,
Or
so
you can
Right.
you can just maintain it and do something else, and it's still there.
But since he cast it at a higher level, will he get that damage then?
No, that's right. I'll just keep doing this then.
Yes, in fact he does.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yes, in fact he does. That was one of the
Yeah, I agree with Steve.
Merle's errata things.
I agree. I don't see why you wouldn't. You use the level 2 slot. Should count. So you want to do the auto damage, or do you want to do something else?
No, I'll just keep doing the damage on it because does
You
not
got to roll the
this-
damage at least.
Yeah, yep.
It's the level 2 version of the damage, whatever that is.
Right. It's D12 plus another D12 for the additional level.
Okay.
15 d12s plus
No,
15.
no, just 2. I'm afraid. Not nearly as exciting, but all right. It takes 18 from this round, so I just kind of continue. Yeah.
A hunk falls out of it, like out of its midsection, and shatters on the ground, like turns into powder when it makes contact with the ground. Jawdat.
Alright, how far away is this thing now?
It's about 10 feet the other side of your whatever they are.
Okay, so it is within 10 feet then.
Yeah, it'd be 15 feet technically, I suppose. If you're right behind these things. These things, and then 10 feet. And then that's where he
Okay,
is.
so it's within 15 feet of me and 10 feet of the Guardian.
Yep, correct.
All right, so all of us will get to hit it. All right, so the first thing that's going to take a swing at it is the club.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if that works. Not when I roll a 15, it won't. Well, wait a second. 15 plus 4 plus 3. Yes, it will.
Okay.
So, it will take its 7 points of damage from the club.
Okay.
It can make a dex save.
My dex is 7, so yeah, I got actually -1.
Okay. Well, the Guardian does 20 whatchamajiggy damage, radiant damage.
Well, what does that look like?
So I imagine because it's this this sword and shield that with Joaquin's symbol on it, that you probably see the scales come out of balance and it just slams down to one side, and as it does, the sword almost lights up like a flame brand, and it just slices into this thing with this sort of deific fire, because it's not elemental fire.
Okay, it literally puts a rent in it. More bits of metal fall out and turn to dust.
Nice. And then it can make a wisdom save.
Okay. What's the wisdom?
Does it have any there?
It's a very wise golem.
It actually is a wisdom of 11. I didn't make up
It's
the
a
stats.
sage in its spare time.
Yeah. So 11. 5 plus 0 is 5.
All right. It will take another 3d8 radiant damage as you hear this very tiny sort of trumpeting as these little sand angels begin to swarm this thing. 6 and 6 is 12, and 5 is 17 more points of radiant damage.
Okay. 17. All right.
And then
Bits and pieces and chunks are falling out of it.
right.
Turning to black dust.
Now the major question is, do I cast Spare the Dying on one of you two yokels, or do I try and kill this thing?
Yeah, you can see cracks and rents all through it.
I whisper in my dying breath, like, kill him.
All right. So with it being Tolraun's dying wish, you know what? I know what this thing can do. Man. I'm sorry. I gotta see if I can have two sanctuary spells up at the same time. I don't think I can.
If I see him, if I assume I see this all kind of going on, as I'm like maintaining this purple bolt, my hand's sort of trembling. Now bits of my coat are sort of smoking from all the energy been pouring through my hands, and I say, "I have this. See to them."
You say that now.
Yeah, he would.
As it gets ready to breathe its poisonous gas again. What's he doing, Jawdat?
Oh man.
Well, I think he's close enough to me yet for the gas. So
Not for you, but
No,
for
but
the
for
other.
all of us.
Cast teleport. Get the fuck out of there.
The breath is considered an area effect weapon, correct?
Correct. Yeah, we'll be targeting you directly.
Right, so Sanctuary does not do a jack bit of good. Well. Yep. Okay. So, not knowing what else to do because I cannot possibly. Man, this is a bad situation. All right. I think I'm just gonna have
I think it's stomping, shitting dust, holes in it, bits falling off of it, snow all around.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just try and hurt it.
Okay. How are you gonna do that?
Guiding bolt. So I have a total of 19 on the die, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my die 4 to let me hit it.
Wise choice.
And third 2, so 4, 10, 14, 16, 16 and 10, 20, 26 points of radiant damage.
So it takes one step towards you, and then your bolt hits it and destroys it. So tell us what that looks like.
So I think it probably looks like those cool 80s cartoons, right? So as I shoot out this guiding bolt and it cuts through the the back of the shield and sort of comes out, it almost looks like a projection of the scales of Joaquin as it beams out from the back of this shield, almost like the Thundercat symbol.
Nice.
It cuts through these angels, and then it hits this thing, and you sort of see the divine light running up through all of its cracks and crevices, and then it arches its head back in a roar, and you see the energy just dissipate out through its mouth before this thing just goes, and everyone gets this fine mist of golem powder on them.
Yeah, there's literally nothing solid left. You can hear clapping. Delightful, delightful. That was wonderful. Most entertaining.
Now it's my turn. Huh?
Townspeople slowly gathering to surround you while maintaining some distance from Sateri. They're patting you on the back. Some are offering bandages and assistance.
I let the cast spare the dying a couple of times.
I'm going to. Eppen helps you with that, and as well, wrong guy. He's going to cast a spell once again. So everybody's going to heal 15 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And Eppen pats you on the shoulder, Jawdat. He says, "Come visit me when time permits."
Yes, I owe you a visit after this, friend. You have our gratitude.
He smiles and walks off. Wrong. He walks by you. He gives you sort of a wry grunt as he goes past. The woman who was helping you, Grimm, she's nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
Ivan closes in. Bram and Adane, the other guards, they're dispersing the crowd, but some of the crowd still insist on coming forward and congratulating you and thanking you, again while maintaining a distance from Sateri.
Yeah, I kind of move over to Ivan, and I kind of lean in and I say, you're going to need to talk to her now. I say, you trust me?
Yeah, I don't know what to say to a 20-foot blue lady, but
Well, maybe this will help. So I put my hand on his shoulder, and he feels this sort of like wave of energy sort of like sweep through him, and he probably just takes a deep inhale, and my hand sort of goes up with him as he begins to grow. I cast enlarge on him, so he's
okay.
He's probably almost as big as she is at this point.
Sure.
I figured it'll give him a psychological advantage if nothing else.
So he takes a deep breath. He walks towards her. He says, "Well, what happens now? She says, well, I've done what my uncle sent me to do. The town didn't really take much destruction, did it? She points to one of the nearby houses on Noble's Row, and a blast of mist comes out of her finger and destroys a fence that surrounds the back of a house. She shrugs. That was entertaining. I might come back for a visit sometime. She stands up and she starts walking away from you.
Well, I have no plans to chase after her.
All right. So some townsfolk will certainly watch, and she's big enough you can certainly follow with her gaze. She makes her way back to the seas, and in she goes. So there's a small crowd around you now. Most are dispersing and talking about the incident that just happened and the strange woman that invaded their town.
I kind of just sit down finally. Actually, before I sit down, I kind of just like flip my hand over my shoulder, just kind of haphazardly, and you see this very kind of crude stool form, and I sit on it, and I begin sort of rubbing my hand. You can see that my hands are still sort of smoldering slightly, and that the fingernails have been are kind of like a dark brown now.
So
I drag myself up, kind of leaning, holding my broken lips.
I guess this goes to show you that there is always consequences for actions.
Yeah.
What's she
Looks like.
Yeah, but it also shows us that the consequences are not always paid for by those who racked up the bill.
who, I mean,
Is that Grimm blaming Silas? Is that what that is?
Not directly.
Is he some sort of mermaid leader?
I think she is some sort of a water demi-human.
I don't care what she is.
I was thinking sea giant myself.
This is possible, yes.
I've only heard rumors of them, but
your fighting techniques, Tolraun, have vastly improved since last time you had to face that creature.
But it wasn't enough.
No, it was enough. It was enough that none of the town people, none of them died. And had you not acted the way you had, it would not have given us enough time to ready what we had to ready. I think without your face forwardness, that it could have been much worse because the creature would have been much closer to town.
I suppose.
Yeah, your fists were more effective than any other weapon out here. Yeah, I mean, your fists were akin to Grimm's lightning, and that is something to be said. If your punches are as strong as the element of lightning, I think you have progressed very far. Your teachers or masters or whatever they are called would be much proud of you.
So you think you made Thornton feel a little better, but it's hard to tell because he's so exhausted at the moment. I'll have to think on this and get back to you in the morning. And for now, I desperately need rest.
Ivan comes over to you, Grimm, and he kind of claps you on the shoulder.
yeah.
Good work. Pay me a visit when you're, when you're rested up.
When you're here. When 2/3 of you are on the brink of death.
Come on, walk it off.
He goes back to his patrol.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
and we'll bring this session to a close right here as the party recovers from their wounds. Thanks everyone for watching. Next week we're gonna have a skip week, but we might do a one-shot. We don't know yet, and then we'll be back to begin the long conclusion to the campaign.
Who are we missing next week?
Thashif can't make it.
Mhm.
All right, so thanks everybody. Comment, subscribe, and all that, and we'll see you next week.